Alright, hello friends. I'm here showing you folks my very first attempt at a one signature junk journal. Starting off with showing you my mats that I've used. I wanted to basically keep the background paper, so I've been using the same piece of paper for all of my distressing and all that, so you see everything around there, and that's my favorite spot on here. I've got some my mom had gotten me a couple of years ago these ATC kits from a place around here. It's a small store called Martin's, and if anybody's from Maine or New Hampshire will know, if you should have bought it when you saw it at Martin's, because after that it's gone. And my mom got me one of each kit, and I begged her to go back to see if they had any more, and she didn't. And now I wish I had gone myself. I had driven the 2.5 hours for those kits because they were pretty neat. I actually used one of the stickers on the Poet Spice tag that I made for her junk journal, and glossy accent. She's like a nice little lady that I used, so it was steampunky. But this was a different part of the different kit, and it was Alice in Wonderland, so I was just flub-dubbing around, and I put him in there, and he's holding up the time clock, but there was this neat little heart thing, so I decided to put the little heart in there for the thing, just for that. And then there's like the Cheshire Cat's hookah, so that I put that there, just funning around. So this is one side of one mat, and I was like stenciling through other things. So I think I'm going to obviously not think, I know I'm going to put this in a junk journal because I like how it's turning out. I just keep flipping it over every time I try something new, and there's some splatter from some walnut staining I did a while back, and so that's one page. You hear it sticking because I use it as a gluing mat, everything. So yeah, there's just a bunch of different stuff all over these mats. So this is what I'm using for my background. Anyway, I'm showing you my junk journal that I just started. I made it, well, I've had it done for a couple weeks. I became not pleased with it, and so I'm just putting it off, and I figured maybe I'll show it off and somebody can give me some suggestions. I haven't put any real cover or anything on it yet because I'm not sure what I want to do. I went a little overzealous and really inked up some of the sides here, but it's really crappy signature, and I used I was just gung-ho, and I was going for it, and I didn't care what I had. It's a junk journal, so I used what I had. And these are strings from some tags that I had made. I had bought a long time ago shipping tags from Staples, and these were the strings that were still in some of the tags that I hadn't used. So that's what I used to bind it with. Anyway, this is just basil, and I think it was a light pink color before I started, but I just was looking for something that had a little bit of texture that I could try to make it look a little leathery when I got done with doing what I was going to do with it, but I just wanted to slap it together and put it together. So anyway, this is where I started. I had found a paper pack that I really am into, and it's I think it's Fairy Tales or Once Upon a Time or something to that effect, and I got it, I think I got it at AC Moore, and I got the mat stack to match a couple of weeks ago, and I went into the mat stack so that I didn't use up the big papers, and I figured that because the patterns are a little bit smaller in the mat stack, they would fit the journal better. But I just kind of, took a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and so this is a 6 by 6 journal. Use a little tuck spot here. I used some of my old paper, to mat it behind there. Little tuck spot with a Dollar Tree sticker, and then this right here, just blank on the back. I didn't stain everything. I just was basically, this is my test journal to see what I could do. This is actually, I don't have any edge punches, so this right here is just some decorative scissors that I found in my stash, real big scallops, and I punched it out, and then I took I cut it, and then I took a regular hole punch and punched the holes in it to kind of make it a big lace. And I wasn't sure if I was going to weave anything through it, but as you can see, it's, it's a junk journal. It's not perfect. I kind of miscut a little bit on some of the things here, and so this is where I was just going for playing around with some papers and stuff. I got this as a rack, I believe, or maybe not. I got that was a paper pad that I had, and it was pieces left over. I was saving all my scraps and just playing around with some stuff, and I embossed this piece of paper and with my Cuttlebug, and then I just ran a black thing over it and make a little pocket there, and again a Dollar Tree sticker. Another piece of scrap paper that I just kind of inked up a little bit and put on one of my little badges, I call them. That right there, I was playing with my Cricut, and I got this tag in a rack, and I thought it was pretty, and I wanted to use it, so I put that there. This is another Dollar Tree sticker, and this is some vellum. This is like that heavy duty stuff that Poet Spice Jamie was talking about that I'd given her, and it's, you know, really, really thick vellum, and this was a piece of the white that I had coffee dyed, and then I just stamped on the top and did a little bit of stenciling, so that's a stamp and some stencil. Again, some more stickers. This was just another, from another 6x6 pad that I picked up for some, it was like a cardstock matting blank type, you know, there's no patterns or anything. It was just like a solid-ish monochromatic type stuff. But then I had some other, whoops, my ball falling down here. Some more from some other little packs that I had, paper packs, and that I used for racks or for little projects that I had made. So there's all some scraps from that. I got this fabric in a Happy Mail package that I got for July from a Facebook card swap group that I'm on, and I stamped it with a stamp, and I had some stickers, and I didn't want to use both stickers that they had there, so I tried to economize and figured I've got a ticket on the front, I have this ticket here, so I just cut it in half and made it look like there was two sticking out, and that's where I will put tickets, I guess. Whether it be speeding tickets or whatnot, I don't know. I don't get too many of them. Again, more paper from a stack that I cut up and used. I stamped on it a little bit. I think I stamped on the back, but I inked up the edges. I love the matte paper. I think that's so cool, and I really wish I'd saved it because I didn't, like I said, I'm still not pleased with this journal. And here's a page that I might actually just rip out. I'm not sure. I did tea stain it a little bit, and I kind of like it, I kind of don't like it, I'm not sure. And I tried to do some sort of cool chevron-y thing down here, but I didn't like it, so I started ripping it off, and I was like, ah, because I started ripping the paper, but I'll fix that later. Here I used some Distress inks just on the back side of one of my acrylic blocks, and I put some water on it and then squished it around, and I just thought that it kind of looked cool. Again, I was just playing with some techniques and wanted to fool around some, so that's that one. And here's another piece of, this was like an orangey paper, and I had a stencil, so I stenciled through it and inked it, and that'll just be like either a journaling spot or something like that. And so that's that one. Again, here's another piece of the map that I love, and I found my Sizzix dies buried down in the basement, and I have the map. The map, yes, I've got the map. It's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's a map! Yeah, sorry, I've got grandkids. But I thought that was pretty neat. And I used to actually try to do this on my own by burning the edges myself, and I found that this works so much better just inking it up. I don't have to burn anything. This was another day that I was playing around with some paper and just inking, and I got embossing powder and I was trying it out, so I did this one, and the stamp has got too much fine detail for the size embossing powder that I have. So I need to get some fine embossing powder so that I can use that stamp if I'm going to try to use it efficiently. Alright, and here's a doily that I inked and put a sticker on. I kind of liked this page because it looked, I just like the way that the music peeks around, and I like the little banners. And again, I'm just using some scraps and use my Cricut, and I'm a baby. So I put that in there. That's from a book, a Reader's Digest book that I found in a free bin at the grocery store. Here's a little tuck spot behind this music. Again, using some more of my Sizzix dies that I found and some scrap paper. I made this frame. I thought it would look cool with the polka dots. But I used a tape runner to adhere it, and of course some of it didn't come off the edge very nicely, and I was just playing around, so it's kind of sticking and I don't like it, so I might take apart this one. But this right here is a flower that I made from a Tim Holtz die that I have, one of the long ones, and so I was experimenting with the paper again, making my own paper, and I made a flower. This right here is an envelope that was from a small card that I got into a rack, and I made a little badge. This right here is actually the streamers that you for party streamers, and so I just kind of made like a ribbon, you know, like a award ribbon for the first place, second place, whatever. More tuck spots and stuff inside there. That is a piece of cardstock that I just threw in there, and I like these stickers. Again, Dollar Tree stickers. I was just trying to fill it up and see what it looked like. I'm not happy with this page, but I did so much fussy cutting on the typewriters and keeping it, and I like this paper. So I thought maybe if I put paper I liked in there, I'd like the page better. But no. So I'll have to figure something out with that. Another little, whoops, that wasn't supposed to go like that. Tuck spot, that'll be in there. Here's another little, like I folded this up here to make kind of like a slide pocket. Here's another one of those, there's the small map. Here's another piece of the paper that I did with the acrylic block and different inks, and I just love that peacock color, Ranger ink. Oh, that's so beautiful. Wrapped a doily around that, tucked this in there, and glued it down because I love this paper. And I thought, okay, so this is like more looking like a fairy tale type book in here, only because of this. And I'm sure you won't be able to see the detail so well because my camera is not the best of the cameras, and it doesn't have a very good zoom on it. But this is actually a paper piecing kit, and a long time ago in a world far away, once upon a time, I had run a little bit of a scrapbooking store, and I traveled to different little crops and set up my little store, and I would go to the crop and sell my wares. And I had commissioned somebody to make me some paper piecing kits that were different kinds, and so I had her do up a castle one, and I thought I just love them. And I came across a bunch of stuff that was from my inventory from back in those days. That was, you know, probably 10-12 years ago. And I just love this paper piecing kit, so I put it all together, and I did a little bit of inking and a little bit of pen work on it, just to kind of, you know, bring out a little bit of the thing. You could do obviously whatever you wanted with them, but I kind of had to condense the size width-wise because my page wasn't as big as the castle actually is, so I kind of smooshed it. But again, I did some of that work on the edge of the page there where I used that scallop scissor and punched the holes in it with a regular hole punch. And again with my map, I love the map stuff. There's that. Another piece of vellum in there, just torn. And again, I like this kind of paper, but I don't like this pink page, so that one's blank because I don't like it. And then more fabric, jean fabric at the back side, and again just more tuck spot area, happily ever after, because this is the end of the book. And I don't believe there's anything on the other side. Let's get that in there. Come on. Alright. Yeah, there's nothing on the back page there, and my son found this on the floor and thought it fell out of this book, so he stuck it in behind here. But I'm not going to take it out just because he stuck it in there. But so then that says happily ever after, because that's the end. And here's the back, and the back sort of kind of looks a little bit more leathery, and I started to try to do a little bit of water distressing on it, and I was like, oh geez, I don't know if it'll go, you know, bleed all the way through if I do the water distressing now that I've got it all finished up. So I stopped before I got started, and I might just cover it with something. And so that is my very first junk journal. Thanks for suffering through all of these pages. It's the very first one I've ever made. It is only a one signature, and I'm still learning. I am expecting some real grown-up bookmaking supplies soon. I do surveys sometimes for a TV focus group, and they award me with Amazon gift cards. And so immediately after getting my gift card from the last survey I did, I went and bought myself a little bit of twine, an awl, and some actual binding needles so that I could do this without having to thread it with tape on the edges of my strings. I've already cut them off, but that's what they were. It was tape on the edge of my strings to fit them through the holes, and I used a teeny tiny little hole punch and sat here and folded everything in half and then layered it all together and put it down. I think I actually enclosed the signature. I think that's why this is all closed up, because I enclosed the tie inside here. Yeah, I think that's what I did. The tie is like in this page here so that it doesn't come undone, like the middle. So yeah, that's my junky junk journal that I'm kind of half happy with, because I was just experimenting. I was just trying to do a bunch of different techniques and different things and see how it goes together. And you know, I like how some of the pages are not even, you know, in some of the books that I've seen, so I tried to do that. Just, you know, experimenting and just getting in there and doing it, and you know, being inspired by Marina Wilson, mostly as far as junk journals go, and then Deli Girl as well. She's got some beautiful stuff. There's so many beautiful ones out there. So just a shout out to those ladies for a couple of the things that they've inspired me to do. And so yeah, that's my beautiful little junk journal. That's my mess. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you come back again. I hope I haven't bored you, and maybe once I get all my goodies together, and I've been collecting stuff since I've started wanting to do this junk journal for, you know, honestly, I've been collecting stuff to do these things for years, and I just have never gotten around to doing them. So anyhow, maybe you'll see this in my next book. I don't know. Anyhow, thanks again for watching. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, just give me a comment and tell me what you didn't like, and maybe I can change it if I feel I don't like it too. Alright, thanks everybody, and have a wonderful day.